Welcome to the Undergraduate Student Organization Business and Finance Training. Here at UCAE, we are excited that you will be serving as a student organization president, treasurer, or authorized spender this year. This training is designed to provide you with important information that will help you reimburse group members through the UCAE Business and Finance Office.
The UCAE Business and Finance Office provides financial transaction support for student organizations that are recognized or chartered with SOFC, as well as GPSC recognized graduate groups, Greek groups, and Weston Central Campus houses. Departmentally recognized organizations will need to talk to the recognizing department to learn financial policies and procedures. All student organizations have a unique student organization bank account with UCAE called a fund code. The Business and Finance Office processes all student organization financial transactions and is available to help student leaders answer questions about how to spend their organization's money. The UCAE Business and Finance Office is located on the ground floor of the Bryan Center and is open from 9 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. All SOFC recognized and chartered organizations must work with the UCAE Business and Finance Office for every transaction in and out of their fund code. Other departments or university staff should not make purchases on your behalf.
Before requesting any payments, the student organization's roster will need to list one president and one treasurer. Both of these officers will also need to take this training and pass the quiz with a 90% or higher. If your organization's roster lists multiple presidents or treasurers, or if your president or treasurer has not taken and passed training, your payment request will be denied. You will also want to make sure that your organization has enough funds to cover the payment you are requesting. All organizations are required to maintain a positive balance in their fund code. Lastly, are you making purchases for an event that hits any event registration criteria? This would include 100 or more expected attendees, outdoor recreation including 5Ks and races, alcohol present, a political event including campaign or voter registration events, as well as protests, outdoor amplified sound, a guest speaker, the involvement of contracts, off-campus attendees including minors and alumni, and ticket sales or charge for admission. All events must be registered at least 30 days prior to the event date. This way, you can make purchases before the event has been approved. If you submit the event less than 30 days before the event date, you will not be able to make purchases until the event has been approved. Students should only go out of pocket for a payment if there is not enough time to request a P-card or to make a purchase that the P-card cannot. Only current Duke students can be reimbursed using this form. If your student organization needs to reimburse a Duke staff or faculty member or another Duke department, please submit a transfer request. If your student organization needs to reimburse an off-campus individual, including parents and alumni, a check request will need to be submitted. Before making a purchase out of pocket, be sure to check that your purchase is not prohibited or restricted. The UCAE Business and Finance website has a list of prohibited items, restricted types of purchases, and vendors that cannot be used. Student Affairs policy dictates that undergraduate student organizations cannot purchase alcohol or personal hygiene products. In addition, student organizations cannot make purchases from Airbnb, Craigslist, eBay, and Etsy to name a few. Please remember that groups cannot pay others or be paid via PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Facebook Messenger, Cash App, or any type of online money transfer service. Paying an individual or a company through these services is strictly prohibited.
In addition, student organizations cannot be reimbursed for the payments on this list. If you are uncertain whether or not you can be reimbursed, please reach out to the UCAE Business and Finance team before making the purchase. There are some additional policies to consider before going out of pocket on a student organization expense. Reimbursement forms must be turned in within 14 days of the event date or within 14 days of the purchase date if the items purchased were not associated with a specific event. If you know that your form will have issues due to your organization's Duke Groups roster, training, or for any other reason, you must still turn your form in within 14 days of your event. Issues can be fixed once the form has been submitted, but forms that are submitted late will not be reimbursed. Additionally, the reimbursement form must be filled out for the student organization member who actually made the purchase. They must also be listed on the organization's Duke Groups roster, though they do not need to hold a position or be an authorized spender.
After a student makes a purchase out of pocket, they will want to go to our website and find the reimbursement form under the Forms tab. Once the Excel spreadsheet is open, you will need to scroll over to the right side of the spreadsheet and find the cheat sheet column. Please fill in this column with the name, unique ID, and mailing address of the student who actually made the purchase, along with the receipt amounts, general purchase information, and event details. This will populate the rest of the form. Please use this column and do not fill in the form by hand. Once the form has been completed, print the form, attach your original itemized receipts, and drop it off in the reimbursement form box outside of the UCAE Business and Finance Suite within 14 days of the event. The president, treasurer, or an authorized spender will need to sign off on the form, giving their approval of the purchase. If you do not have this signature and are getting close to the 14-day deadline, please go ahead and submit your form. We will contact your organization's president and treasurer to ask that they stop by and sign the form after it has been submitted. Payment requests are made online through Duke Groups by the student organization's president, treasurer, or an authorized spender. You can find the link by logging into Duke Groups and scrolling down to the Campus Links menu on the bottom right of the page. You will then click Payment Request to launch the system. If you have submitted a request in the past, you will need to click New Submission in the top right of the screen to start your next request. Once the system launches a new submission, select Student Organization as your group type, and then select Reimbursement as the payment type. Your organization's president, treasurer, or an authorized spender are the only officers that can submit payment requests, as this acts as their approval of the purchases being reimbursed. Before hitting the final submit button on the reimbursement request, please make sure that you have attached a copy of the student organization's member reimbursement form, as well as pictures or scans of the itemized receipts. Our office will review the request and then leave a comment with either our approval, additional questions, or any issues that need to be fixed before the reimbursement is approved. Please respond in the comment section of the request with answers to any questions that staff might have, or to let staff know once any issues have been fixed. We will then review the reimbursement request again.
Our office highly recommends updating your notification settings so that all comments left on your payment requests are emailed to you directly. To update this setting, you will need to sign into Duke Groups, click on your initial or picture in the top right corner of the screen, click your name at the top of the menu, click Notifications, click Show Advanced Preferences, and scroll down and select all boxes under Forms. You can also manually check your submissions to see if any comments have been left by clicking on your initial or picture in the top right corner of the screen, clicking Submissions, and then clicking on the blue eye symbol beside the request that you would like to view. Thanks for watching this training video. All of this information is now considered general knowledge, and you have the responsibility of passing it on to your organization. If you have any questions, please contact us at ucaefinance@duke.edu.